Alright, today we're going to be painting a purple worm from D&D 5th edition. Right now I'm just giving you a quick overview of what the finished product looks like. And a top-down view too while we're at it. And just a heads up, this took about 2 hours of paint, and that will vary depending on attention to detail and what kind of color scheme I'm going for. And these are the paints I used. If you want to follow along, go ahead and grab these. Pause if you want to take a look at them. Starting off, I did the carapace first. I just took the purple paint and I did the whole top of the carapace. Also, I'll say, don't worry too much about coloring in the lines. The great thing about painting is you can always paint over any mistakes. So just take your time with it and relax. And now that we're done with the carapace, use that same purple and add some white to it. Then we'll add into the fleshy parts that's under the hard carapace. This is to make it look like the soft part of the worm. Alright, and with the purple being done, let's move on to the belly of the worm. Here, I use like a tannish yellow paint. I think it's a good contrast to the purple. Alright, and with the belly being finished, we're going to move on to the rocky part of the worm. Best to describe it, it's the part between the fleshy, lighter purple and the belly itself. Here, I'm taking that bony paint and the yellow paint and mixing them together. Just doing this to create a little bit of contrast between the belly and the rocky part of the worm. It's not too noticeable, but it definitely makes a difference. Alright, and with that part being done, we're going to move on to the mouth. Being the most difficult part with all the teeth being in the way and not wanting to paint the teeth red, I did this just by globbing a lot of paint on the brush and just trying to like really just wet it down. You probably will have to go back over with some white and paint over the teeth again, but other than that, just avoid the teeth and go for the gums. Also, fixing up those bony protrusions, got some yellow paint on there from last time, so just a little fix up. Next here, I'm going to be taking that Skeleton Horde contrast paint, basically just a thin brown paint to just give that bony look, at least a dirty bony look. And with that, just cover all the bones sticking out in the teeth. With this thin paint too, you probably need to do a couple coats depending on how dirty you really want the bones to get. Also, a step I forgot to include in this, I took that same brown contrast paint and I painted the belly to give it a dirty look as well, just to match the rest of it. And here's just a recap of what we got so far. We got the carapace, the soft purpley flesh parts, the belly, the bones, and the gums. So far, looking so good. Up next here, I took that violet shade purple paint and I just colored in the soft fleshy parts. I think it kind of stopped making it look so dry and just added to the overall look. Up next, I took that earth shade gloss and I colored in that rocky part right under the soft part of the worm. It really fills in the cracks, it really stands out. And you really just want to glob it on at this point. You can always wipe it off with some tissue or just a brush if it gets too much. And it's about right here, you can really see the difference that those shades really make. Next, I spent some time fixing up the parts I missed, filling in the carapace and the teeth mostly. Now onto my favorite part, we're going to do some dry brushing. I take that same purple we did for the top of the carapace and I added in some more white, probably a bit more than last time. Next we take a good old dry brushing brush and then we just go to town. I just worked the top of it, going from side to side. If I were doing anything different, I'd probably try to get a little more paint off because it looks like just a little bit too much white. But just going for a weathered look. This worm's just digging underground the whole time, probably messes up his carapace a lot. And after the last time of touching up the teeth, we go for the base. This is a textured paint. It's basically really clumpy for like a dirt effect. And I swipe it all over. The great thing about a worm is that it's dirty. So if you get this paint on the worm, it just looks natural, so no biggie. Also, you can get these bushes anywhere online. Got mine off of Amazon, just searching the Army Painter bushes. And they really add just like a little bit more realism to whatever you're painting, really. And after those bushes, that's it. You got a whole genuine purple worm all to yourself. And some good news too is that this worm is 3D printable. The STL file is free, and I'll link it down below. But thank you for watching, and if you liked the video, please like it and subscribe. Have fun painting.